Have you ever met the bogeyman before?
Hey there. Today I'm going to be doing an Iceberg video with one of my favorite bands, Current 93. Yes. Now if you don't know what an Iceberg video is, they're like these big things of water that has been sitting in a very cold place for a very long time. And been doing that, they turn hard. And so in the top of the iceberg, things get kind of like more believable. That's where all the facts and stuff are. But as you go down the iceberg, things get sort of murky and stuff, like rumors. And that's kind of how it works, Lesser known at the bottom, the higher stuff is more known. For anybody watching who doesn't know what Current 93 is, I'll give a little explanation. Current 93 is a neo-folk band from British UK. They are mainly headed and centered around the poet David Tibet, with the lineup constantly switching from different musicians and different instruments. The music they make is very charming and kind of unique. It's mostly experimental. I'd like to thank the Current 93 subreddit. Originally, I made a little post about it a while ago saying I wanted to make an iceberg. And since then, I've got a lot of information from the people on the subreddit. If you want to see the original iceberg and the original Reddit post, I will have a link of it in the description, where you can go and kind of see some of the stuff I didn't add and left out. I'd also like to thank Typhon Beach, who is the person who gave me most of the stuff on this iceberg is from him, or her, or they. I've gotten very far, I'm not good at research. Alright, here we go. Apocalyptic folk. Often called neo-folk, it is a music genre most associated with Current 93. Religious symbolism. The band often uses symbols, iconography, and words from various religions all over the world, with Christianity being the most common in their music. Louis Wayne. Louis Wayne is a British artist most known for his illustrations of cats. Current 93 album covers feature his art occasionally. The song The Blood Bells Chimes even directly references him. I've also seen the documentary recently. I really like the documentary. Go check out the Louis Wayne documentary. It's pretty great. Thelema. An esoteric religion created by Aleister Crowley. At one point in time, David Tibet was a part of the religion of Thelema. The name Current 93 is a reference to the number's importance in the religion. The first two albums from Current 93 take a lot from the occult and have similar Thelema themes in them. Post-punk. In the very early years before Current 93, I believe they planned on starting as a post-punk band and were labeled as such. Go back like even further, kind of around the period of time when all these bands are coming together. This is like after the punk movement, like in the 80s. So that's kind of where the connection goes from. All the Pretty Little Horses. A very old traditional folk song that Current 93 covered on the album of the same name. The song was also covered by their contemporaries around the same time. Black Ships Heat the Dance Floor is a dance remix of Current 93 songs. It's pretty funky. Thunder Perfect Mind. It's a 1992 album by Current 93. There are many different versions of it that feature different art on the cover, sporting a Louis Wayne cat, a picture of David, or a much younger picture of the poet. The band Nurse with Wound has also made a Thunder Perfect Mind album, which is a sister album to the Current 93's. Repeating phrases. Current 93 often have repeated themes throughout their albums. While each album may cover similar topics, they also have a go-to phrase that is spoken in each song that outlines the overall theme. I even remember reading in one interview that most Current 93 albums start with a certain phrase, as said by David Tibet, and he kind of builds upon that phrase as the album continues its creation. I will link that in the video. I have a special plan for this world. Probably their most popular work in the past few years. I Have a Special Plan is a long-form poem written by Thomas Ligotti and spoken by David Tibet. It has gained some attention as it is often covered in YouTube videos as one of the most disturbing songs. If you haven't seen Pad Chennington's video of disturbing songs, I'd recommend watching it. Thomas Ligotti is an American horror writer and poet. He's known to be friends with David and collaborated on a few of Current 93's albums and pieces, like I Have a Special Plan, All the Pretty Little Horses. His writings have similar themes to Current 93: death, apocalypse, depression, humanity's sins. The Light is Leaving Us All paintings. David has a series of paintings similar to the album cover of The Light is Leaving Us All. There is a short documentary that showcases these series of paintings that I highly recommend watching if you want to know more about the topic. Noddy in Toyland. Noddy in Toyland is a children's television series from the UK based on the picture books by Enid Blyton. The character Noddy appears consistently throughout Current 93's early releases. David Tibet has been quoted that while having a drug trip, he saw a vision of Noddy being crucified on the cross. He has since collected toys, books, and illustrations of the character. He has even created a bizarre comic featuring Noddy's trials to becoming the Messiah. You can find the comic online. It's fully scanned and available to read. Go ahead and read it. It's pretty weird. I like it, but it's pretty weird. Reviving of old artists. David Tibet has helped revive the careers of old folk artists that he admires by signing them to his record labels. Some include Shirley Collins, Simon Finn, Bill Fay, etc. The Halo album cover. The album cover is actually a painted version of the Moody Blues album Every Good Boy Deserves a Favor. Aleph. Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It originally derives from the Semitic symbol of the ox. More often, it is a symbol that represents the unknowable aspect of God. Aleph is mentioned a lot in Current 93 songs. Early recordings are very hard to find. Actually, most are up on YouTube with very low view counts. That's kind of how I found a lot of the Current 93 music I listen to today. I'd also like to mention the Since Yesterday VHS tape that has recordings of their 1989 tour in Tokyo, Japan. It features unique visuals and some backstage footage. I'd love to get my hands on a copy personally. The Seven Seals. The Seven Seals might refer to the compact disc of the same name. It may also refer to the track on Lucifer Over London. The Seven Seals are revealed at the end of time, seven bows. In the Book of Revelations, the seven seals are bound on a book or scroll that is said to open once all the seals are broken, marking the beginning of the apocalypse/revelation. Lashtal. Lashtal is an EP released in 1984. It is one of the earliest Current 93 recordings. It predates Nature Unveiled and Dogs of the Order, and is the first time David uses the Current 93 name. It is a heavy experimental EP, only containing 3 instrumental songs. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Playing with Sun O semicolon semicolon semicolon. At the 2007 Donnell Festival, David Tibet joined them on stage and performed a version of Lucifer Over London with the rest of Sun O. Although I did hear that at least one of the members wasn't there at the time, so it was only half of the band. But still, it can count as him playing with Sun, so yeah. Metatron. David Tibet created the logo for the open access journal Metatron. Sasha Grey on As Real as Rainbows. Sasha Grey is an adult film actress. She is apparently a fan of Current 93 and is featured on the track As Real as Rainbows on Aleph at Hallucinatory Mountain. My Name is Nearly All That's Left. It is a very long spoken word poem. It is over 26 minutes long. I'd say the themes are quite similar to I Have a Special Plan for This World. Its place on YouTube has only under 100 views. Horse. 1990 album is a Current 93 Sol Invictus Nurse with Wound triple LP box set. Wow. I actually have one of these records on a separate vinyl. I just thought it was kind of interesting, you know, the 3 LPs in one package. Dirtro. Dirtro is David Tibet's defunct record label. Coptic Cat has since replaced it. The logo features the Aleph Pixie. Aleph Pixie is this little guy. Soft as the sun. These little postcard flexi discs were exclusive music pieces sold on Current 93's website. They're pretty much a collector's item, so they can go for a pretty penny. Honeysuckle Aeons is about the thief and the murderer ascending to heaven with Jesus Christ. That's the 2 other guys on the crosses next to Jesus. Yankee. This was something interesting I came across on my own. Yankee is a record label with only 3 releases. One by Current 93, Nurse with Wound, and Sol Invictus, all ranging from 1985 to 1989. I couldn't find a lot of info about the label, but Yankee is sometimes represented on releases as 4 question marks and an exclamation mark. One of the vinyls I have is one of the releases from Yankee. And if you look at the side, you can see the question marks and the exclamation marks. I'd like to know if any of you watching have more information on the label's history and story. It's kind of interested in who started it, and why, and where it's from. Bright Yellow Moon. Bright Yellow Moon is an album by Current 93 that was a product of a near-death experience David Tibet had. I couldn't really find anything else about it other than what's been told by me. The Nodding Folk. Something I came across completely on my own. The Nodding Folk is a very short-lived Current 93 project, with bizarre cult-like nursery rhymes. It's probably one of the strangest Current 93 pieces I have ever heard. You can go find all the songs. They're all on YouTube, and they all have a place on Last.fm too, which is where I originally found them. Excerpts from the Bungalow Tapes. Many people are familiar with I Have a Special Plan for This World, but there is a second track on the LP that I don't think gets recognized enough. The Bungalow Tapes are outtakes from I Have a Special Plan. The recording is Thomas Ligotti describing a dream he had just woken up from. On the YouTube video, someone in the comments has gone ahead and described the story and creative process around this piece. I wouldn't say I'm super knowledgeable about this, so I recommend you go check out the video and read what this person has to say. Although I can't verify if they're telling the truth or not, but it's interesting. Go check it out. That we are done. The Current 93 Iceberg. I had a lot of fun researching this because it's something I'm really interested in. But I've never done an Iceberg video before, so it might be a little weird or choppy. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh. What the? I just chipped a tooth! Look! Look at that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. See ya!